Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketu Ganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Suklambaradharam Vishnum Sativarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavaganam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopasanteye Yasyadvaradavaktrabhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vidhnam Nidhanti Satatam Vishpaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sriman Venkatanatharya Kavitarkika Kesari Vedantacharya Varyo Me Sannidhattam Sada Hrudi. Now let us continue with Swami's grace. We came up to Slokam number 48 last time. Daivat Prapte Vishagiritadam Dehini Tvat Nidanate Swamin Pahi subdued to Avasa Vachane Vindati Swapa Mantyam Devaha Sriman Disati Karune Drishtim Ichchati Adiyam Uddhatena Sruti Paripadam Uttarenam Abhimukhyam. So at the time of leaving the body, it's your grace that has Bhagavan himself come and not only give me the darshan but also say the Omkara Mantram. Right? Then in 49, see when Bhagavan's Kataksham, it's a very important slokam. This 49 is unbelievable. When Bhagavan's Kataksham falls on me, what happens? Right? Even though Bhagavan is always looking at me, his Kataksham is always falling on me, grace is there always for every one of us and every jantus in the whole of Prapancham. The sunlight, there is all pervasive, covers everything, as we know. So Bhagavan Kataksham is there on us all the time. But when we say, Swami, please, the grace me with your darshan, and when Bhagavan looks at me, that Kataksham that he is talking of, phenomenal things take place. And the devas and everybody come and fall at your feet. They become your servants. Basically, they grant everything to you when Bhagavan's Kataksham falls on you. But how can Bhagavan's Kataksham fall on you like this? Only with the Daya, with the Karunai. Only you make it happen is what that is in the Slokam is talking about. It's in 49. And it is a very powerful Slokam. And I cannot overemphasize the power of this particular Slokam. When Bhagavan looks at you and then immediately what happens after that. Okay. Shreyaha Sutim Sakrutapi Daye Sammatam Yaha Sakim Te Sita Udaram Alabhatha Janaha Srinivasasya Drushtim Devadinam Ayam Anrunatam Dehavat Pepi Vindan Bandhan Muktaha Balibhira Nagaihi Puryate Tat Prayuktaihi. Now read it slowly again in 49. Shreyaha Sutim Sakrut Api Daye Sammatam Yaha Sakim Te Sita Udaram Alabhata Janaha Srinivasasya Drushtim Devadinam Ayam Anrunatam Dehavat Pepi Vindan Bandhan Muktaha Bhalibihi Anagaihi Puryate Tat Prayutkaihi. Daya Devi, a Daye, Shreyaha Sutim, Sita Udaram, Te Sammatam Sakim. We'll take that. Okay. A Daya Devi, Daye, Shreyaha Sutim. Shreya means beneficial. And what is really beneficial, you have to think. This is what Arjuna asked Krishna also. Whatever is Shreyas, please you determine that. Make sure that it's Shreyas for me and then you teach me that. Is what he says in Bhagavad Gita. So the Shreyas, there are two things in this world, Shreyas and Preyas. We all go after Preyas, something that is pleasing temporarily, right? All the things we do is we get only temporary pleasure out of it. That is Preyas, Priyam. But Shreyas is something that is beneficial, long-lasting. Initially, it may look maybe unpleasant or whatever, but it is the most beneficial for us. That Shreya Sutim. And what is the ultimate Shreyas is to get release from the bondage of cycle and birth, cycle and death cycle, the cycle of birth and death. That cycle we get release from, we call it as moksham. Moksham, again, to remind you, it simply means moha chayam is moksham. Moha chayam is moksham. Chayam means decline, to become null and void. Okay, ultimately, that is moham. Moham means delusion. What is delusion? Is nothing but attachment to temporary things. So when that attachment to temporary things, when that is eliminated, that becomes null and void. That state is moksham, moha chayam. So Shreya Srutim, that is where bliss is, that is Paramapadam, that is Anando Brahman, is what Upanishad says. That is the ultimate Paramapadam. And that Shreya Sutim, to be the cause for it. Okay, the Daya Devi, because you want to grant us moksham itself, you are the reason, you are the cause. Not only the vehicle, but you are also the prompter and the impulse and make it happen. The Shreya Sutim, the cause for moksham, and Sita Udaram, that's in the second line. Sita means comforting, cool. Cool does not mean physically cool, okay? It's mentally cool, something that calms the mind, cooling for the mind. That means removing the agitation for the mind. The mind is restless and it is hot because of all the agitation. And we know in chemical reactions take place, they generate heat, right? Most of them generate heat. So because of the agitations of the mind is hot. How to cool it? Remove the agitation. Agitations come because of thoughts. Thoughts come because of desires. So when the desires go away, there are no thoughts, no agitation. Mind is very cool. Sita Udaram, one who is calming and cooling my mind, mental agitations, and the cause for moksham. When we think of Bhagavan Daya, automatically my mind becomes cool, isn't it? So this is the pathway, and this is the grace of Bhagavan, of Daya Devi, says. Shreya Sutim Sita Udaram Te Sammatam Shakim Srinivasasya Drishtim. When Bhagavan Srinivasa's drishti falls on me, his kataksham falls on me, while Bhagavan has got drishti Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasraksha with infinite eyes everywhere, whichever direction. Okay, so Bhagavan is looking at me. Okay, I cannot escape his sight. But what does it mean when Bhagavan looks at me, when you say Kataksham falls on me? It simply means I am looking at Bhagavan at the same time. This is the interesting thing. When I look at Bhagavan, he is also looking at me. When I see him, then I see he is already looking at me. If I don't see him, how do I know that he is looking at me? But even though he is, so Bhagavan's Kataksham falling on me simply means, with your grace, Swami, Daya Devi, you turn my vision and interest and attention and focus to Srinivasa Perumal. The moment I look at Srinivasa Perumal, I see his Kadaksham is falling on me. This is the Bhagavan Daya. That's the one that cools my mind because of Daya Devi. And why? Because you want to grant me moksha itself. So you impel me and push me and pull me to change my vision and look at Srinivasa Perumal and realize that he is already looking at me. His Kadaksham is falling on me. So when I look to you, when you look to me, I look to you, is what Bhagavan says. So he is always looking at me. So I need to look at him. And that requires Bhagavan Daya. Okay? So Sreha Sutim Sita Udaram Te Samatam Shakim Srinivasasya Drishtim. Te Samatam Shakim. That means your most dearmost friend is what Te Samatam Shakim means. Sammata means you're in full, not only agreement, you're completely equilibrium with it, alignment with it, okay? It is not a forced agreement, it's a natural agreement, okay? And that is Te Sammatam Sakim, your dearmost friend, Srinivasa Drishtam, that means Bhagavan's Kataksham. We saw earlier how Acharya says, Daya is present inseparably from Bhagavan's vision, Srinivasa Perumal's vision, which means Bhagavan's vision is only full of Daya and love, only. Selfless love is Bhagavan's vision. There's no separation. There are not two different entities. That Daya, that is effused and full of karuna only, that love only, that is the closest friend, dearmost friend, is that Parvai, that Kadaksham, which means a vision of love. Okay? Yaha janaha sakrut api. Yaha janaha, which person, with janaha, whichever one who is been born, janaha, okay, not only human being, but also all animals, everything. Whoever, sakrut api, at least once, alabhatha, he obtains that. Okay, such a beautiful description. With your grace only, Daya Devi, I am impelled to look at Srinivasa Perumal, whose Kataksham I realize is falling on me always. Through your grace, I am impelled to look at him so that you want me to attain moksham. And if I do that at least once in my life, at least once, alabhate, with your grace, then what happens? I am dehatvepi. I am this. Dehatve api. While living in this body. The previous Slokam, while leaving the body. But what about while living in this body? Okay. Even while living in this body, Deva Adinam Annunatam. Nurna means debt. Anunatam means devoid of debt. Deva Adinam, debts that I owe to Devas and others. What debts do I owe? There is a total of, Pancha Yajnam, we call it. There are 5 renus, okay, they call debts. Actually, we can also say there are 3 renus. Deva Katan, Deva Pitru, Devarhar, and Munivarhar, Rishihar. So for all of these, it is not like very important to remind ourselves, I am not independent. I am here and I must be grateful to the fact that I have this body, I have this birth, I have all the things that have been given to me. Grateful to whom? Yes, grateful to Bhagavan. For sure, absolutely. But Bhagavan doesn't need my gratitude. All he needs is my clean heart, clean hridayam. And he said, how do I know that you belong to me? Is what Avatar Pushan asks. How do I know you belong to me? You say Swami, Swami and all that. You give me back the heart, the hridayam, as pure as I gave it to you, is what he says. So to purify my heart, which is purify my mind, basically, I have to follow certain rules. First rule is gratitude. Second is contentment. These are the 2 important things, gratitude and contentment. Because contentment, why? Bhagavan has given me enough. Why do you want more? Because he knows how much to give, when to give, where to give, to whom to give. Okay? And so if I take that mindset, then become contented, then I can live happily. Then if I live happily, Bhagavan is happy. If a child lives happily, the mother is happy, isn't it? Right? So as simple as that. If I am happy, Bhagavan is happy. It's as simple as that. He's a divine mother. And no mother is happy when the child is suffering, isn't it? So how can he expect Bhagavan, I can suffer, but he can expect Bhagavan to be happy and all that, even though he's Anando Brahman. But in my relationship with him, he's my divine mother. So to make my mother happy, I must be happy. Then only my mother will be happy. And This is very important principle to understand. So that is, be happy with whatever my mother has given me, which is contentment. Then when I'm contented, I'm happy, Bhagavan is happy. But to be happy with what I have, to develop contentment, I must have gratitude for all that has been showered on me, all the blessings that have been showered on me. If I focus only on my sufferings, I become miserable. If I focus on all the things I have, instead of looking for things I don't have, if I focus on all the things I have, right? Just make a list. You need a big notebook to write all that, 40-page, 100-page notebook, you may not be enough. All the things that have been given to me, that, right? Then I must be grateful to that. The moment I develop that attitude of gratitude, very important, attitude of gratitude is very important, automatically that will lead me to contentment. Now, gratitude to whom? Our elders have very simply said, be grateful at least to the devas, unto the rishis, unto your pitrus. Why all those three? Deva, debt is a wrong word. It denotes other things in English, because we immediately think of monetary debt and all this. No. This is runam, it is called in Sanskrit, and things that have been granted to me, for which I must be grateful for. So what are the devas have given? Without devas, I cannot even function. I cannot see, I cannot hear, I cannot breathe, I cannot digest, I cannot have my bowel movement, I cannot have any of those things. Without devas, not possible. Okay? And the external world also. Everything is the nourishment, and everything is, the devas are manifesting, whether it is rain or whether it is heat, so many things, right? We start making a list, there are so many of them, innumerable literally. So, for them, how do I express my gratitude? Because I forget to express my gratitude to them in my life, because I'm so always involved in other material things, temporary things, so-called, I'm very busy all the time, doing really unimportant things, okay? But to force me, to discipline me, at least to organize and structure my life in a way, at least once in a while, I express my gratitude to Devas. We have these various yagangal, yajnangal, homangal, and various spiritual rituals that we have. They have been prescribed by elders to us in our daily life, not to make merry and get together and make a big show out of it, right? And have big feast, and no, that is not what it is for. Even though we don't understand, we kind of degenerated that way. It does not mean good feast is not is to be avoided. That is different. Okay, that can be given, but the main purpose of all the rituals and worships, functions that we, festivities and all we celebrate, is to think of the various devas and to offer our gratitude to them. When we do Lakshmi Puja, for example, it is not only for money that we should be grateful for, the health, for the children we have been given with, for the scholarship we have, for the food items that are on our table, dining table. So many things we can offer gratitude. So whatever devas, whatever form of God we worship, we must relate to that form and how we have been blessed. That deva is the effulgence of this one Parabrahman that is present, that is protecting us. So we must do that. We must discharge that runam. Once I discharge that runam, then I become the stage of unrunam. That means my discharge is taken care of, my account is zero, I'm no longer in debt for that. That is devas. What about rishis? Rishis also we must be grateful for. That is why we have several festivities throughout the year. Okay, the topmost being the Guru Purnima. Imagine the world without Ramayana, Mahabharatam and the Vedas and Bhagavatam and all that. Simple. And then, of course, we have all the slogangal given to us by Adi Shankara and Ramanujacharya and Desikachariar that we are reading, Daya Satakam. All these people have given us things to tell us how to lead our life and how not to lead our life, what we should focus on, giving us a pathway, giving us the knowledge. And we must be grateful for that. And for that, again, there are festivities, isn't it? There are festivities and spiritual rituals that are given. And the way we discharge our runam to the rishis is to learn, to study, understand, learn through practice their teachings. Practicing their teachings, we learn. We must do that of the Vedangal, that's Puranangal, whatever it is, we take just one slokam somewhere, whatever appeals to us. Understand that slokam meaning, put it into practice. When I practice, then I get that knowledge. When I get that knowledge that the rishi is conveying to me, then the rishi is very happy. Oh, yes, very good. This person has benefited. Right? That is the way I must discharge my runam to the rishis. So, Deva runam, rishi runam, and then pitru runam. Without my pitrus, without my ancestors, how can I have this body? Think. We call it DNA. Immediately, the moment I say DNA, scientific term, everybody, yes, relate. But what is this DNA? The same, not only my parents, not only their parents, their parents, but right all the way to the beginning of the rishi whose gotram in lineage that I come. That aspect of the rishi is very much present in me. We call it DNA. That's all. Okay, and this without that, how can I have this body? Think, body is not a simple thing. Okay, it's a phenomenon. It's a magical, enchanting mystery. The way the body is created and functioning and all that, and it functions so differently. Not only the form, the way it appears to us. Okay, each body looks different, but look at the function behind it. And we call it as DNA, right? But where does the DNA come from? Only from our lineage. We go all the way, we can trace it back to Brahma himself, to the Prajapatis, to the Saptarishis. And then that's why we say this Gotrangal, right? For those Pitrus, for ancestors, our ancestors are not only related to, please don't mistake that, or don't limit to the ancestors only to my parents and their parents and their parents and like that. No. It is not that at all. It is that plus all the things in the nature, whether it is trees or whether it is mountains or a speck of sand or an earthworm that is giving me the helping the production in the rice and stuff like that. Everything contributes. Okay, during the birth that I have taken, I've benefited from so many things, so many embodiments, physical embodiments, isn't it? For all those are my pitrus, and that I must express my gratitude. And this gratitude is expressed through what we call as tarpanam, right? Pitru tarpanam. That's all they want. They don't want anything else. And when I say tarpanam, what is I'm expressing my gratitude and saying, tarpanam simply comes from the word trupti. I am contented. The moment I say that, all my ancestors, my lineage, family lineage, and all the other things that I think do not belong to me but somewhere else, like trees and mountains and birds and everything else in this world that actually contributes to my living, all of them, right from all the previous births and my current births and all that, the moment I really feel I'm contented and I do the tarpanam, say the trupti, they are happy. My rinam to my pitrus is discharged. So I must live in a way where I must carry out a life of gratitude. When I do that, I get to the stage of anrunatam. So Deva Adinam anrunatam. The rinam, the debt owed to devas and others, dehatvepi api, while living in this body, vindan, I attain. What does this mean? When Bhagavan's kadaksham falls on me. In other words, when I look at Bhagavan and realize that his kadaksham is already falling on me, and I'm looking at Bhagavan, I seek mentally, I turn my vision to look at Bhagavan rather than look at all the other temporary things. That happens due to the Karuna and the Daya Devi only. And when I do that, then all the debts or runangal that I owe to Devas and others, they're all discharged. Once the runam is discharged, once the debt is discharged fully, then bandhan muktaha, I get release from the bondage of the cycle of birth and death. So, Bhagavan's kadaksham releases me from the bondage. But Bhagavan's kadaksham is already there. But for me to get released, I must look at Bhagavan, realize he's already blessing me, and that releases me from all the runangal and on the bondage of the cycle of birth and death. Then what happens? Tat prayuktaihi, once the debts are discharged to the devas and the rishis and the pitrus, they are happy. This person has done his job well. Once, like the way a mother is pleased when the child behaves and conducts in the correct way that pleases the mother. My God, what a boon granting thing. When mother's blessing falls on the child, right, there's nothing more than that's required in this world. Same way, when the devas and the rishis and the pitrus are happy because I have conducted myself with gratitude and contentment, which is the only reason I've taken this birth, is to live in gratitude and contentment. Then they are happy. Once they're happy, then they grant me boons, so to speak. Tat prayuktaihi anagaihi balibihi. Anagaihi, blemishless, no deficiency. They grant me, they shower. So, balibihi means they shower all gifts on me, puryate. Receiving all the gifts that are blessed on me by devas and pitrus and rishis and all that. Because I live with gratitude and contentment, puryate, I become fulfilled while in this body itself. Right now, how many of us can really say, I'm living a fulfilled life? We're always searching and chasing this or another something, right, isn't it? So that means we're leading a life of deficiencies, self-imposed deficiencies, really, because we have everything we need and we ever want. But without realizing, we're searching and chasing. The moment I look at Bhagavan with the grace of the Daya Devi, then I become completely fulfilled. All the devas and rishis, they grant me, so bless me with all the gifts, but I already have gratitude and contentment. The very important thing is to realize when Bhagavan's kataksham falls on me, which means I turn and look at Bhagavan, all the other things are taken care of and my life becomes fulfilled, purnam. Okay? And that happens because of your grace, O Daya Devi, is what he says. Slokam 49. Sveyaha sutim sakrutapi daye sammatam yaha sakim te sita udaram alabata janaha Srinivasasya drishtim deva adinam anrunatam deravat vepi vindan bandhan muktaha balibihi anagaihi puryate tat prayuktaihi. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto. samastalokaah sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.